Next, we're going to go through the morning process when we start to take tents down and check to make sure a tent's empty. So first thing we're normally going to do is just look and see if the tent looks like it's been emptied, and we can see there's no gear in this one, so we're good. The other thing we want to make sure is that this plug has been pulled. It's been undone and it's sitting there. That way when we roll up the tent, all of the air can come out of the air mattress. So normally we'll go through and we'll just mark the tents that are ready to be done, and the way we do that is we'll zip that door. We'll come through here. We're going to zip this outside door. Jimmy's taking care of the other side right now. There. Then we're going to pull some of the stakes. We're not going to pull every stake. We're going to leave one corner stake in. So one of them on the black strap here. That way, if a wind gust comes along, the tent doesn't go anywhere. And I'm going to set these right here next to the stake that's up. Anytime we have a stack of stakes in the ground, it's a good idea. Stack them all together and stick one straight up. That way it's easier to spot. Sometimes the grass will be tall. So next we're going to go ahead and undo the tent. And which side do you want to start on, Jimmy? We'll start here, we'll go that way. Okay. All right. So now this might be a separate step. So you might be going around and just checking the tents and getting them like this. And then later you might come back. Just depends on how we're doing on time and what Dawn or crew supervisor wants you to do. But we'll go ahead and start taking this tent down now. I'm going to start by unclipping this. Yep. Jimmy did the same thing on the other side. Then I'm going to undo this clip that's right here. I'm just kind of pulling up on it. I'm going to do the same thing here. Now I've got those clips undone. Now I'm going to grab the tent in the middle, fly in the middle. Oops. Jimmy pulls on his side. And then we're going to just bring this way. Now we're just going to bring it back kind of slow and low. It doesn't have to be super neat. It's not. We're just going to want to make sure that they roll up okay. So it's not about neatness right now, but just that it kind of gets done. All right. Now we've got it so it's about this width. Next thing, when I look here, I can see that the plugs on the air mattress are down on this side, which means that we're going to roll the tent towards me. So Jimmy's going to take his side. He's going to unclip that. I'm going to unclip my side, and then he's going to bring it over to me. Yep. We're going to put that right there. That way, when we roll everything, the air comes out this side. Next, while we're here, we can undo these clips. Then
I'm going to put that back so we can
his pole came unclipped when he unclipped the fly. So I'm going to take this the rest of the way. I'm going to unclip his. Let him take that one. Then once we've got that pole done, we're going to set it down there on the edge of the fly. Then we're going to come over here. I'm going to take this pole out. It's going to kind of go down a little bit. Then we're going to come to the other side. Get this clip. Take the pole out here. And now we're going to break down these poles. Now, if you just pull on this pole like that, it's going to get stuck in here and it's not as easy to get out. Then what you need to do is you got to pull on this cord a little bit, and then you got to wiggle with it and try to get it out. But the best way to do it, Jimmy's going to demonstrate here.
So if I just keep some pressure on this, as I'm pulling it out, that pressure will keep those pieces stuck together. And I just work it a little bit at a time, just keeping that pressure. I'm pulling here and pushing here, and it completely stays together.
When you've got a long pole like that and you're pulling it out, always pay attention to where the other end is so you don't run into somebody behind you, hit a customer, hit another crew member. After we get the poles out, we just break them down like this. And then we're going to put these poles with the others. Just going to walk while I finish this. Speed it up. Set that there. Then we're going to come down here. We're going to just get this so we don't have any of this white inside part of the tent that ends up on the outside. So just pulling it a little bit. I'm going to take this last tent stake out. Leave it there. Then we're going to bring this over. right, like that.
If you drag it
Fold it in
low
half.
that way, it keeps the air out. If you do a big loop, it's going to catch air, and then you're going to waste a lot of time trying to get that air out.
You see I've got a little bit of this white that's out. That'll get dirty real easy, so I'm just gonna push that in there a little bit. Then we're gonna fold it in half one more time, put a hand down here, grab the other side with the other person. And there we go. Then he's gonna put the fly with the poles on top of the tent. Meanwhile, I'm grabbing the tent stakes. I'm gonna set those right here. And it's important to set them on the tent, the bottom part of the tent, as opposed to the fly, because they are dirty, covered with mud at times. And that way, the bottom of the tent's what hits the ground anyway, so we're not worried about getting the fly part dirty. He's gonna do one quick roll here. That way the tent stakes, or the stakes stay in there, and then he's gonna roll up the rest of it. Main thing here you see him doing is tucking the fly in, so that the fly stays fairly clean. You wanna make these rolls fairly snug and tight. If they are, when you pick it up, you're less likely to have poles fall out or those stakes fall out later. It's not a beauty contest. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you just want to make sure you're rolling it up fairly snug. More than anything, it's about trying to get the process done fairly quick, but still being careful with how you're doing it. And that's how we roll up the tent. We're going to leave it here. Then later on, what would happen is we'd bring a truck and a trailer around. Then we pick up each tent and set it there. It's a lot less work to bring the trailer around rather than picking up each one of these with 2 air mattresses in there, extra water weight, and carrying every one of them for 7 days straight. And that's how you do it.